passive. He exists.
Ted did go to services though. He would sit in the back. But when Evie was, it was hard for both of you to be here. Just one song in the beginning, eh?
Got some more stuff like.
Yeah, of course. Fine with me. This is already running too long for me.
Right now.
I'm gonna take a look. I'm the rabbi. I gotta look.
Look at that. Page 128. Maya Fehayo Shabbat Shalom Maya Fehayo Shabbat Shalom Maya Fehayo Shabbat Shalom
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Works better if the mic's on, Cantor, I noticed, yes. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so nice to be here on this Erev Shabbat service. And I think we should continue with candle lighting. I wonder who should do it, Cantor. What do you think? I think we have no decision. I think we have to have it. Like, it has to be our bat mitzvah tomorrow. And what a bat mitzvah do we have? It's so nice to ask Dara Turchin to lead us, as well as her sister Eden, Mother Julie, and Father Dan. Page 120, 121.
There you go. Ready?
Birthday girl.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now that we've welcomed Shabbat, I invite you to welcome the person next to you. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Or maybe wave yourself. Wave to someone you may not know. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Why don't you go ahead and meet? I'm going to go down and talk to a board member.
Continue on page 131, Shiru Ladonai. Shiru Ladonai, Ol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai, Ol Haaretz.
page 138, we continue with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor zachor b'dibur echad, ishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad, u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'elitila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor averacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri ki ba'orech, u'miori uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nikra. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, lam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We continue with our Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. If you have two pagination systems, I should tell you that we're using the blue bracketed pages, not the other ones. So if you have just one page system, don't worry about it. But if you have two page systems, use the blue bracketed. So 144 should be on the very top, Aravit LeShabbat 1. That's where we are now, page 144.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'v'zman kariv ve'imeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach, le'alam ulal me'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, shemei dekutsha. Richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'ama ve'imeru. Amen.
We continue now with our call to worship, our Baruch Hu, on page 146. Please rise if you are able, either physically or in spirit. In spirit counts.
Ya Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach
Page 148. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיר כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, כולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום מביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. Page 150.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. באהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Page 152, 153. Before we head into Shema, I invite us all to take a deep cleansing breath in and exhale out.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
zchuto leolam vaed. Please be seated. As we turn to page 154 for Ve'ahavta, will be led by Dara Turchin on Bat Mitzvah tomorrow morning.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumnecha ukshartam leot ayadecha v'hayu letot afot bein einecha uchtavtam amezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha leman tizkeru va'atzitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kadoshim leloechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher chotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Page 157, we continue responsively in the bottom of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there's one God in heaven and earth. Your turn.
May earth reveal your justice and love.
You guys got to do better than the next one's all I'm saying. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Excellent. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Time, yalla lai.
Bako
שנאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Perfect timing.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Page 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
continue now with the central portion of our worship with the tefillah on pages 164, 166 and following. Please rise if you are able, either physically or in spirit. Take your mask off.
Adonai sefatai tifta ufi agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot, Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav lechoshia, Ma'ashiv ha'ruach u'morid ha'gashem, Mechokel hayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umidom melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lecha chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. Page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Page 177, we join together on the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words. Please join me for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'la'acheh na'eh lehodot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. ישראל עמך תשים לעולם בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. Take just a few moments now for the prayers that are left in our own hearts. Take just a couple of moments of our own silent reflection this evening.
That was Dare and the Three Generations. I've just named you guys. That was their debut. I thought that was awesome. Really nice. With the cantor. And the cantor.
They didn't need me.
Yeah. We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we think of Sally Mendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Eliana Bat Chana, Ivan Aronson, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Dr. Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, W.L. Bradley, Barry Brown, Brenda Boucher, Rich Burns, Esther Burton, Dr. Ed Kahn, Chu Chi, Sandra Cohen, Bunny Fisher, Joan Fox, Carolyn Franklin, Barbara Fiedman, Holly Fugit, Marcia Gieser, Marina Gaffney, Sharon Jenkin, Mandy Gillis, Harry Glaze, Charlene Griffin, Ted Guglin, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jesse Jessen, Jenny Johnson, Mimi Jones, Melissa Katz, Evelyn Katz McCosker, Liatzvia Batliba Elchanan, Shirley Lerner, Carol Lesage, Litia Leos, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Karen Mack, Sid Melbourne, Vivian Cooper Moore, Gunther Myberg, Brad Parkins, Gabrielle Pollock, Stephanie Rasmussen, David Rice, Carol Ross, Linda Rogers, Dolores Sams Hoy, Rochelle Safe, Gary Sanders, Laura Sanders, Malachi Sarensen, Donna Shine, Donna Thyman, Pham Tai Trang, Gina Thrower, Teresa Walsh, Jeannie Watson, Nancy Weisenfeld, Sue Witten, Sherman Wong, Brandon Yarkin, Madison Zales, and everyone who is suffering from coronavirus. If you wish to add another name to a healing list, I invite you to raise your hand and call out the name as my hand passes before you. Thank you. Thank you. We wish upon all those we named and those who remain unnamed a refuah shlema, a speedy and complete recovery, as we join together on page 371 with Debbie Friedman's Mishaberach. Not too long, or is it? Angels. Not the baseball team, actual angels. They are part of the fabric of contemporary popular culture, from classic movies like A Wonderful Life to the paintings of Raphael in the 16th century to Marc Chagall, painter of the 20th century. Angels are found in literature and music. But where do angels come from? Are there angels in the Jewish tradition? Many would say, no, we don't believe that stuff as Jews. Well, in fact, angels come from the Jewish tradition. We even have an example in this particular week's Torah portion, Vayetze, from the book of Genesis. The story in this week's Torah portion goes like this. Jacob, who was running from his twin brother Esau after a nasty little mix-up concerning the thorny matter of who should actually have received the blessing of the firstborn from Isaac, comes upon a place towards dusk and decides to camp there for the night. As Jacob sleeps, he dreams, and in his dream he sees a ladder standing between heaven and earth, and angels ascending and descending upon that ladder. God appears and blesses Jacob, and he promises him protection in his journey to Haran. Jacob wakes up in the morning and says the now famous line, "Surely God was in this place, and I did not know it." Jacob then builds an altar and calls the site Beit El, house of God or abode of God. This is not the first time, though, that angels have appeared in our Torah. Earlier in Genesis, you may not be aware of this part, but angels guard the entrance to the Garden of Eden so that Adam and Eve cannot return. We also see angels announce to Abraham the coming birth of Isaac, which we read a few portions ago. So too angels save Lot from Sodom, and earlier from the Sodomites. Angels save Isaac from the knife of Abraham during the Akedah narrative. The concept of angels is interwoven not just in our Torah, but throughout our Tanakh, our Bible. In Hebrew, the word for angel is malach. Malach literally means messenger. And in Jewish tradition, they appear throughout the Bible, rabbinic literature, Jewish liturgy. They are agents of the God of Israel. The word angel comes from the Greek angelos, which is a translation of the Hebrew word meaning messenger. So too angels appear in our sibling religions in Islam and Christianity. In our tradition, angels deliver specific information or carry out some particular function. Later biblical texts associate angels with visions and prophecies and are given even proper names, like you've heard of Gabriel and Michael. And later rabbinic and Kabbalistic sources expand the concept of angels even further, describing a broad universe of named angels with particular roles in the spiritual realm. Even the great 12th century scholar Maimonides, the Rambam, devotes a section of his very famous Mishnah Torah to the nature of angels. They are incorporeal beings, he writes, possessing form but no substance. Descriptions of angels as winged or made of fire, Maimonides says, are merely enigmatical, prophetic visions, that is, inevitably inadequate attempts to describe the formless and the spiritual within the confines of human language. Maimonides describes a 10-level hierarchy of angels, with different types such as holy creatures, flying serpents, and chariot bearers. All of these forms are alive and know God intimately. Maimonides writes, but while they all know God more deeply than humans do, even the highest among the angels cannot know the full truth of God, unquote. Of course, the Jewish mystical tradition expounds even further on the nature of angels. Kabbalistic sources portray angels as forces of spiritual energy. Rabbi David Cooper described angels as invisible metaphysical energy bundles that act like magnets, causing changes by means of forces that are invisible to the eye. In Kabbalah, angels reside in the worlds of Beriah, creation, and Yetzirah, formation, the middle two of Kabbalah's four worlds, which represent the spiritual stages through which divine energy is conducted down to the material world. In his classic work on Kabbalah, The 13-Petaled Rose, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz writes that human behavior can create angels, and a counterpart to the way biblical angels bear messages from the divine realm down to humanity. The angels created by human actions carry the energies of humankind upwards into the higher spiritual realms. Angels are singular and unchanging in their essences, Steinsaltz writes, and can be either good or evil, those little demons. The latter, the product of human beings doing the opposite of a mitzvah, harboring evil thoughts or committing acts of wickedness. Like good angels, evil angels also act in a dual fashion, bringing evil from the spiritual to the material world by inspiring sin or causing suffering and punishment, while also receiving energy from the misdeeds of human beings. Quote, to be sure, were the world to root out all evil completely, then as a matter of course, the subversive angels would disappear, since they exist as permanent parasites living on man, Steinsaltz writes. But as long as humanity chooses evil, he supports and nurtures whole worlds and mansions of evil, all of them drawing upon the same human sickness of soul, Steinsaltz writes. Regardless of what one personally believes, I like the image that there is a connection between our world and the spiritual world. And in Steinsaltz's view, we have a huge impact on that spiritual world. Maybe our impact is greater than we all realize. Either way, there is a reason why so many believe in angels. Maybe the idea is comforting, especially when one is struggling with our world and trying to make sense of their life. Either way, the possibility is there, for in the end, there is more than meets the eye. For some, the possibility is all they need. We continue now with our announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Mira Karp, and on behalf of the Temple Emanu-El Board of Trustees, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our Erev Shabbat service. Mazel Tov to Julie and Dan Turchin on the bat mitzvah of their daughter, Dara, tomorrow morning. Yes, cheers, yes. Tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. in this very sanctuary. Also tomorrow morning is the Sisterhood's walking tour of Japantown at 10 a.m. On Sunday, the Sefer Club will be meeting on Zoom at 5 p.m. to discuss Ava Reed's novel, The Wolf and the Woodsman. On Tuesday, join the Rabbi's Weekly Chat at noon. Also on Tuesday at 7 p.m., the Grown and Flown group will meet to discuss young adult children, sex, and sexuality. Then on Wednesday, if you're looking for some new Hanukkah recipes, join the Zigzag Cooking Show at 7 p.m. We hope to see you next Friday, either at our Tot Shabbat at 6 p.m., followed by dinner, or Erev Shabbat service at 7 p.m. You can also order your fresh challah from Irving's, delivered to Temple Emanu-El on Fridays for your Shabbat dinner. Simply fill out the online form by Wednesday at 5 p.m. and pick up in the office by 3 p.m. on Friday. Our annual campaign is continuing, and we hope you'll be able to participate so we can continue to bring wonderful in-person and Zoom events to you all. Registration for all of the events can be found on the Temple website, and we wish you a Shabbat Shalom.
Very, very angelic. We continue with Elaine on page 586. Please rise if you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula le'otzer breshit, shehu note shamayim ve'yosed haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim hima'al, u'shchinatu zo begofhei meromim, hu Eloheinu einod. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל העם
It is our custom here at Temple Emanu-El, our minhag, upon hearing the name of your loved one before we recite Mourner's Kaddish together, to stand as a sign of your love and grief for that person, and to remain standing until all the names on our yahrzeit list have been recited. Then together we'll all rise. On this Shabbat, we're mindful of those that are grieving the Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning for Colin Powell, Carol Everett, Jane Sargent, Len Pomerantz. We also think of those that are grieving the Shana, the first year mourning for Leon Averick, Robert Baker, Pauline Anderson Berkowitz, Carol Bitter, Hy Birdman, Phyllis Birdman, Mary Cage, Roy Robert Creech, Alexander Cunningham, Bill Davenport, Norman Deshotsky, Alan Garshon, Lubov Katsis, Richard Gersten, Charles Green, former president of our congregation, Phil Hammer, Judy Fisher Harrington, Selma Karcham, Janet Katz, Kevin Krieger, Hal Lax, Father Bill Leninger, Marion Suni Levin, Michael Meltzer, Manny Migdal, Roberta Stivelman Newman, Patricia Orozco, Richard Peterson, Arlene Ravel, David Reiser, Steve Reese, Stanley Rosen, Steve Rosenthal, Lois Rosette, Betty Rossman, Rosalind Schwartz, Boris Supak, Marilyn Siller, Kit Snyder, Gunther Vogler, Marty Weisblatt, Henry Wild Sr., Millie Wolfson, Laura Ziffer. We also think of the following yahrzeits that we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Scott Alberts, Naomi Aschel, Lawrence Browdy, Aaron Cohen, Dr. Bernard Cohen, Robert Fishman, Richard Frazier, Henry Hank Frederick, Rena Friedland, Isaac Friedland, Betty Friedman, Martha Friedman, Nehemiah Galprin, Robert Goldberg, Jenny Wiener Goldberg, Fanny O. Goldberg, Jacob Goldberg, Peter Goldstein, Abe Goldstein, Ida Gordon, Dorothy Halprin, Harriet Hirsch, Louis A. Hirsch, Irving Cass, Lois K., Jacob Koss, Frank Koss, Coralie Leader, Abraham Levine, Virginia Levine, Ruben Luwan, Michal Lubin, Charles Madsell, Lillian Malin, Oscar Minsker, Reva Perlstein, Daniel Peck, Joseph Irving Purr, David Purr, Thomas Frank Robinson, Stephen Rosenberg, Edith Rosenberg, Marv Rossman, Harry Saul, Anita Stransky Schwartz, Bessie Schwartz, Rita Selden, Yetta Selden, Leo Schulman, J.T. Snyder, Lisa Stransky, Kathleen Sullivan, Jean Tucker Cannon Davis, Julie Walker, Sarah Weiss, Morris Weiss, Sydney Weissman, Doris Wilkes, William David Winter. Zichronam livracha, may all the memories of our loved ones endure as a blessing as we turn to page 598 as we all rise to recite together our Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחיי חון וביומי חון ובחיי דכל בישראל, בעגלה וזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינעשה, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה ברכו, לעולם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to those who are bereaved among us, wherever they may be, as we say together, amen. Please be seated.
conclude with those same words of peace we just recited together, Oseh Shalom, and that our lovely Bat Mitzvah family sang so beautifully. And another version, Can't Have Too Much Peace. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru, Amen.
We're going to do Kiddush here so that when you leave the sanctuary, you can pick up grape juice. I'm going to run back there and I'll cut the challah, so we'll do motzi up here as well. So this way we're all taken care of. We'll take our stuff. There's some grab and go stuff, and then you can schmooze, but be careful where you schmooze. You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready? You've been ready for about 2 years. You've been ready.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Amorei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'Shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaro l'maaseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tehillah, le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher letziyat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'harta, ve'otanu Mikol ha'amim v'Shabbat kodshecha ve'achava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai v'kodesh ha'Shabbat. L'chaim. Is it grapefruit or what?
No, it's Manischewitz.
Okay.
It's sweet. It's the Manischewitz. The first lesson of a bat mitzvah is Manischewitz should only be used for charoset. That's it. Charoset only. All right, let's do motzi cantor with our imaginary challah. We'll have a real one out there.
Ooh,
Yes,
beautiful.
yes,
Wow.
beautiful. Who's like doing preschool? You got to play along. Come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.